where the news is.
When I was growing up, I was called bossy.
I think the word bossy is just a squasher.
Being labeled something matters. By middle school,
girls are less interested in leadership than boys.
And that's because they worry about being called bossy.
Just call them the anti-bossy posse. Celebrities Beyonce, Jennifer Garner, others teaming up with Facebook COO Sheryl Sandberg to ban the word bossy, claiming that the term stops young girls from ever seeking leadership positions. Mercedes Carlin says that they're right. But Lauri Mazzuchetti thinks the ladies are overreacting here. So you say that they're pushing it. Why?
Yes, well, first of all, it strikes me that it's a little bit hypocritical, and we're telling people, you can't use the word bossy. I think that's bossy. So this campaign is certainly hypocritical. I think there's some good intentions behind it, but the message that we're sending is all wrong. First of all, you have Sheryl Sandberg equating being a leader with being bossy, and I just don't think that those two things are synonymous. If you look up the word bossy in Webster's dictionary, it says that bossy means to be dictatorial. And that's a negative thing. And I don't think we should be telling our young girls that in order to be a good leader, that you have to be a dictator or you have to be super aggressive. There's all different types of
Well, does that mean you're fine with bossy?
Yeah, I think I am fine with bossy.
Okay, you're not fine with it, right?
I feel that young girls should not use that term. Why? Because if boys are assertive, boys are aggressive, they're ambitious. Girls are assertive, they're aggressive, they're bossy. No, it's the.
I don't know. I have two little boys. They're both bossy. I'm not making a negative comment that's based on their sex.
But girls are alienated with that word. It's the new B word. You can't say the B word that we can't say on air. So if you label
well, we're not saying
bossy,
that word. We're saying one like bossy that's okay.
There's always going to be a new word that people are going to use, and I think that
pushy. All right. So what did he say? Pushy.
And there's always going to be words that we equate. Some words that you'd call a female, and some words that you'd use to describe a male. Like Neil, I don't know when the last time somebody called you pretty. They might call you handsome.
Every day.
Yes, a pretty boy.
But I think that we have to get to a place where we're a little bit less sensitive, and I think
that's what I'm saying. I mean, don't you think we're oversensitizing this? I mean, whether you call someone pushy or bossy, whether male or female, it doesn't matter.
What's the future? Future are our children. They're being molded in school. They're being molded by their peers. I mean, you talk to most psychologists, they say by the time your child's 8, they're fully formed. They're on their own.
So get back to what I'm saying. So let's say the teacher tells them, you're bossy, young lady, or you're pushy, young lady.
It can make a tremendous impact on the child. And
that's a way too fragile kid.
But that's why I think
way too fragile.
We should be embracing it. I think that if bossy means that you're going to be a strong leader, then the campaign should be bossy. Let's hire more bossy women. Let's put them in roles of power.
But corporate America
but we focus
doesn't accept
on words and messages that are coded in nonsense.
Right. But words and messages can impact your mobility within corporations. You know how many cases I've had where women are labeled as bossy? They don't get those promotional opportunities. I'm defending these corporations.
40 years ago, you might have had a point. Today, less of a point. And now we're still, dissecting the what.
If you've got less than 10% of top corporate America are women, there's something.
Look at how rapidly that's been accelerating.
But the problem is the stereotype.
Because bossy is still existing.
The problem is the stereotype, not the word. I mean, we're going to solve this issue of the stereotype just as well as we're going to solve obesity problems with saying you can't use the word
fat. You had to bring obesity into, didn't you?
I did.
You're both very bossy and very annoying. I'm kidding. But apparently there's something. It's getting this whole campaign going. Is Beyonce for this?
Yes.
Then I'm for it.